Good afternoon. My name is Janae Harteau. I am the police chief for the city of Minneapolis. With me today is Assistant Chief Arredondo, Inspector Mike Jose, and Inspector Catherine Waite. Justine didn't have to die. Based on the publicly released information from the BCA, this should not have happened. On our squad cars, you will find the words, "To protect with courage and serve with compassion." This did not happen. Having the information that is publicly available right now, while recognizing there is an open BCA investigation, I believe the actions in question go against who we are as a department, how we train, and the expectations we have for our officers. These were the actions and judgment of one individual. I want to assure Justine's family, our community, and those in Australia that I will do everything in my power to make sure due process is followed and justice is served. I spoke to Justine's fiancé this morning, and I told him I was sorry for his loss and that this did not have to happen. And again, Justine did not have to die. I can never predict when an incident may occur. There is seldom a good time for a chief to be away, but I do plan my personal time around events that require my presence, such as upcoming National Night Out on August 1st when I was scheduled to return. Although I wasn't here physically for a few days, I'm always the chief and was in constant communication with my team. A chief is never really off duty. I do want to thank Assistant Chief Arredondo, who I have the utmost confidence in while I'm away. There's been a lot of discussion about body cameras. My expectation is that our policy is followed. Based on the information the BCA has released, and without additional information as to why the cameras weren't on, it is my belief that the body camera should have been activated. Although our body-worn camera policy is in line with the League of Minnesota Cities policy, in line with best practices, and very similar to other departments in the state of Minnesota and across this country, we're making changes to strengthen the existing policy to ensure that cameras are on well in advance of the situation. Beyond policy and its enforcement, we are looking into new technological advances to avoid human error. I am proud of the current training practices. We are nationally recognized in 21st century policing practices. We have spent the last couple of years updating our policies and training all of our officers in fair and impartial policing training, procedural justice, crisis intervention training, and de-escalation. We will continue to evaluate officer training and look for ways to enhance our existing programs. I understand the impact this has had on our community. I cannot imagine the impact this has had on Justine's family. In my conversation with her fiancé this morning, Don expressed the concern and fear our community may have in calling 911. Although disheartening, I understand the fear and why it exists. This has had a negative impact on the community trust we've built. Moving forward, we will continue to work towards regaining the trust with everything we do. Even in Justine's fiancé's grief, we had a positive conversation on how we could work together moving forward. I want to reiterate that we are talking about one individual's actions in question. I am proud to have a department filled with professional, compassionate men and women who will continue to protect and serve our community with integrity.